There's a little daydream a lot of us have. It usually pops up when you're stuck in traffic or sitting at your desk looking out the window. It's the thought of just going, packing a bag, buying a ticket to somewhere you've never been, and just taking off. But then the real world rushes back in, and that little daydream gets pushed down. We tell ourselves it's a crazy idea. We think, I couldn't do that alone. We're taught to see travel as something you do with people, a honeymoon, a family vacation, a trip with friends. The idea of going by yourself feels a little strange, a little lonely, maybe even a little selfish. We don't talk enough about that quiet little pull to just go by ourselves and see what happens. Most of us spend a lot of time waiting. We wait for a friend to have the money. We wait for a partner to get the time off work. We wait for the perfect moment to finally take that trip we've always dreamed of. And while we wait, we listen to all the well-meaning questions. But who will you eat dinner with? Won't you be lonely? Is it really safe to go all by yourself? The questions come from a place of love, but they build up a wall of fear around our daydream. So we stay put. We keep scrolling through pictures of faraway places, telling ourselves, someday. It's easier and it's more comfortable to just keep waiting for someone to come with us, because the thought of actually stepping onto that plane alone is, frankly, terrifying. But then, one day, something shifts. For the person who finally buys that ticket for one, it's usually about more than just wanting to see a new landmark or a famous museum. It's a deeper need that starts to bubble up. It's the need to finally hear your own thoughts, without the noise of everyone else's opinions and expectations. It's the desire to know what you actually want to do, without having to compromise or make a group plan. It's a quiet promise you make to yourself, to prove that you can be your own person. The moment you finally book the trip is the moment the fear of staying stuck becomes bigger and scarier than the fear of going alone. It stops being about wanting to get away from your life and starts being about wanting to get closer to yourself. And then you're there. And it's not always like the pictures. The first night in a strange city can be genuinely scary. You feel every bit of how alone you are. You might eat dinner in a crowded restaurant, feeling like everyone is staring at you, wondering what's wrong with you. You might feel a pang of loneliness so sharp it makes you want to go home. But then, you stick with it. And that's when the magic starts to creep in. It's in the small things. It's having a whole conversation with a stranger using just hand gestures and a smile. It's deciding to scrap your entire plan for the day just to sit in a park and watch the world go by for 3 hours. It's getting completely lost and realizing, with a little jolt of excitement, that you are the only one who can get yourself found again. It's that one perfect moment, maybe sitting with a coffee watching the sunrise, where you feel a sense of peace so deep, and you realize you are completely by yourself, and you are perfectly, wonderfully okay. You don't come home from a trip like that as the exact same person who left. You can't. Because you leave with a list of fears, and you come back knowing you can handle them. You learn that being alone doesn't have to mean being lonely. You learn to trust your own gut in a way you never have before, because you had no other choice. You learn how to be your own problem solver, your own dinner companion, your own trusted guide. The world starts to feel friendlier, smaller, and more manageable. The things that used to stress you out back home just don't seem as big anymore. You didn't just see the world, you saw what you were made of. So if you have that little daydream, that quiet voice that whispers, "What if?" maybe don't be so quick to push it down. It doesn't mean you have to be a fearless adventurer. It doesn't mean you have to sell everything you own. It can just mean taking one small trip for you. It's not about running away from the people you love. It's about running towards yourself. It's about giving yourself the gift of finding out who you are when no one else is looking. And that person is almost always stronger, braver, and more interesting than you ever gave yourself credit for.